The second day of the second month in the lunar calendar was auspicious for travel. The rain poured down heavily, splashing up the earth's fragrance onto the ground and creating ripples on the lake. It landed on passers-by, causing them to mutter under their breath. "Who said today is good for traveling? I got caught in the rain," Lu Yang complained, regretting not bringing a raincoat with him. This was his first time traveling far, lacking experience. The sudden downpour drenched him, making his shoes mud-soaked and heavy. He felt the ground's hostility as he walked. His feet had to be pulled out of the mire. A clattering sound came from behind, catching Lu Yang's attention. He turned around and saw a carriage approaching. There was no coachman. The old horse seemed to know its way, needing no one to guide it. Such an unusual horse, Lu Yang marveled. The old horse had several scales on its forehead like snake scales, clearly indicating that it was some kind of strange beast. Though he didn't understand its value, he knew this old horse was precious. At least his finances couldn't afford such a creature. "Sir, you're walking in the rain. What a refined interest. Why not join us for a ride?" A man's hearty laughter came from inside the carriage. Lu Yang accepted the offer and pulled himself out of the mud to board the vehicle. "Thank you for your hospitality. I am Lu Yang," he said carefully, afraid that his wet clothes might soil the carriage. "My name is Meng Jingzhu." The owner of the carriage was a carefree young man with an optimistic demeanor, as if he could talk to anyone. "You're also here to participate in the Taoist Academy selection." "Just a bit of luck," Lu Yang replied modestly. Meng Jingzhu laughed heartily. "Lu brother, why not be honest? If you were just seeking luck, you wouldn't have braved this rain to come." Lu Yang felt ashamed. Who doesn't want to enter the Taoist Academy? The Taoist Academy was one of the 5 major immortal sects in Central Continent, with countless cultivators. It was incredibly powerful today, as many sought admission. Lu Yang and Meng Jingzhu were among them. Lu Yang had traveled to Central Continent after his parents passed away early on. He survived by relying on their inheritance and local charity. In the town for over a decade, he heard tales of immortal swordsmen tapping heaven's gates, river demons turning into monsters, floods, and immortal disciples flying to slay demons. He saw a scruffy Taoist who could levitate, break free from jail, only to be caught again by officials. Those stories made him realize that this was not his familiar world or any known era. It was a realm where personal power was paramount. He wanted to seek immortality and learn long-life techniques. The Taoist Academy was his first choice. Choosing the Taoist Academy had no other reason. It was simply the only sect in his vicinity, while others were too far away. During their conversation, Lu Yang learned that Meng Jingzhu came from a prestigious family of cultivators. He knew more about cultivation than Lu Yang did. The Taoist Academy selects candidates under 16 years old. Most sects have similar requirements, Meng Jingzhu said. Cultivation is long and arduous, through the stages of qi gathering, foundation establishment, golden core, spirit infant, transformation into a divine being, void refinement, body fusion, and transcending tribulation. Many get stuck at each stage. Many factors determine one's cultivation achievements, like luck, intelligence, and spiritual root. By the way, Lu brother, do you know your spiritual root? The Taoist Academy doesn't place high demands on spiritual roots, but very poor ones are not accepted, Lu Yang said, frowning. He only knew of the term from storytellers. "Neither do I, Meng brother." Meng Jingzhu looked puzzled and shook his head. "I tested my spiritual root in the clan, but the elders didn't tell me the result. They said my talent was extraordinary, making it easy to join one of the 5 major sects. Only after joining will I know for sure. I secretly asked my parents, who were even more worried and didn't tell me." Lu Yang speculated. "Perhaps your spiritual root is too extraordinary, bringing disaster to Meng's family. Only a grand Taoist academy like this can protect you." "Exactly as I thought," Meng Jingzhu said, patting Lu Yang on the shoulder, feeling they had found a kindred spirit. Lu Yang listened to the increasing rain outside and was grateful for Meng Jingzhu's offer of a ride. "Meng brother, stop," he suddenly shouted. The old horse walked a few steps before stopping. The carriage was an extraordinary treasure. Meng Jingzhu could see what was happening outside. He saw a woman walking in the rain, much like Lu Yang had just done. "Miss, you're going this way too. You must be here for the Taoist Academy's test as well. The rain is so heavy, why not join us and take shelter?" The woman was surprised by Meng Jingzhu's offer but agreed after some thought. As soon as she entered the carriage, Lu Yang and Meng Jingzhu were both stunned. Meng Jingzhu, who had seen many things, had never before seen such a beautiful woman. Lu Yang, even more so. The most beautiful woman he knew was the widow next door selling tofu. Lu Yang found her like a lotus, elegant in white with bright eyes and a gentle smile that felt almost otherworldly. Her right wrist bore a golden bell. "Thank you, Miss Yunjai," she said. Her voice was as clear as a stream, soothing to the ears. Lu Yang noticed something odd. "Meng brother, how can her clothes be dry? Could it be a monster?" In stories, monsters often disguise themselves as beautiful women to lure young men. Lu Yang had been drenched like a drowned chicken. Yunjai, on the other hand, showed no sign of rain. "Maybe she has an item that repels rain," Meng Jingzhu said confidently. "Such items are common in our family." Meng Jingzhu wasn't worried about Yunjai being a monster or demon. This was Taoist Academy territory. No one would dare cause trouble here. "Do you, Miss Yunjai, plan to participate in the Taoist Academy's test?" "Yes," she replied. Meng Jingzhu said eagerly, "I have the test content from the Taoist Academy. I paid a lot for it from an elder there. Would you like to hear about it?" Lu Yang was surprised. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Yunjai was even more surprised. "That's cheating. What if the Taoist Academy discovers us?" Meng Jingzhu waved his hand, confident. "My carriage is a treasure. Even powerful cultivators can't use their divine senses to detect it." "Thank you for informing us," Yunjai said. Lu Yang listened intently as Meng Jingzhu cleared his throat and began. The Taoist Academy test has 3 stages. The first tests the spiritual route, which cannot be cheated or bypassed. The second and third have more flexibility. In the second stage, a carriage loses control and is about to crash into 5 people lying by the roadside. 5 will die for sure. Another person lies nearby. As bystanders, can we steer the carriage to save 1 life at the cost of 4? Lu Yang replied without hesitation, "Save the other person." Meng Jingzhu was surprised. He had struggled with this question since learning its content and hadn't found a solution until now. Choosing not to act would mean watching 5 people die, which Lu Yang couldn't bear. Choosing to act meant 1 person's death, but it could be seen as their misfortune. "Lu brother, how did you decide so quickly?" Meng Jingzhu asked. "I didn't have time to think. By the time I decided, those 5 would already be dead," Lu Yang explained. "I suspect that the Taoist Academy isn't testing whether you save 1 or 5, but rather if you can make a quick decision. Stories say that in cultivation battles, even a small difference can mean life or death. The second stage tests your decisiveness, whether you are indecisive or decisive," Meng Jingzhu said. The third stage tests honesty. There's a mirror at the Taoist Academy that can determine if what you say is true or false. If caught lying, you're immediately disqualified. Lu Yang thought, "This one is simple. Without prior notice, it's easy to lie and cover up. But now knowing, telling the truth should be straightforward." Meng Jingzhu nodded in agreement. They discussed various scenarios and devised strategies, feeling confident about their plan. Miss Yunjai smiled slightly, seeming pleased with their approach. "Thank you for informing us," she said. Lu Yang noticed that it had stopped raining outside. He looked out to see the rain still pouring down where they came from, but here the sun shone brightly, filled with birdsong and flowers. It seemed as if a divine sword had split the world into 2 realms, yin and yang, never to meet again. Lu Yang saw countless strange beasts and immortal treasures rushing towards the towering mountain that reached the sky. The mountain was bathed in a golden glow, its intricate patterns spreading like a veil over the rain. That was the Taoist Academy's gate. Its defenses were impenetrable. Only prodigies accompanied by their elders descended to wait for the Academy's test. Meng Jingzhu said, This place is more impressive than our family mansion." Lu Yang remained silent, realizing how vast this mountain was now that he stood before it. He felt nervous about the second and third stages but didn't know his spiritual route. He might not even pass the first stage. Several cultivators floated in the air, their powerful auras overwhelming. Lu Yang suspected they could barely stand if they released all their power. These silent figures gave him an unsettling feeling. A family elder introduced, "Look at the Taoist robes. These are core disciples of the Taoist Academy, trained by various elders. They will be your fellow students. Don't worry, they're not giving you pressure. It seems they're waiting for the person overseeing this test," he said. Lu Yang turned to see Miss Yunjai's reaction. Was she excited or nervous? "Miss Yunjai, what are you doing?" Before Lu Yang could finish his question, Miss Yunjai took a step forward, each one cushioned by a white lotus flower. Everyone gasped as family elders sweat and hurriedly told their juniors to be quiet. The white lotuses formed a path across the crowd. Miss Yunjai reached the core disciples of the Taoist Academy, who bowed respectfully in greeting. She smiled gently and faced everyone. "I apologize for keeping you waiting. I am senior sister Yunjai, overseeing this test." "Let's begin," she said with a smile. She glanced at Lu Yang and Meng Jingzhu, still dazed, as if they were foolish to be caught off guard. Indeed, Miss Yunjai was here to oversee the tests but not as a candidate. Liang and Meng Jingzhu now had only one thought in their minds. They were caught cheating in front of the examiners.